Hello and welcome to the show. I am Joe Tophat. Dr. Seuss was a genius. He has created some of the most beloved children's books of all time. Not only did he teach generations of children how to read, but he introduced real-world issues in ways that children can understand them. Since his death in 1991 at the age of 87, there has been a great interest taken into his work outside of children's books. There have been books written about his work in advertisement, political cartoons, fine art paintings, animation, and even a look into his taxidermy. In recent years, there have been even more children's books published by Dr. Seuss. Some in the case of What Pet Should I Get are books that he was working on at the time of his death, while others like Horton and the Bug and other stories, as well as the Bippalo Seed and other stories, were works that he published for children's magazines, but never got into book form until recent times. However, there is one piece of work that he's done in his storied career that gets very little attention. His work in comic strips. From April 7th to June 23, 1935, Dr. Seuss worked on a Sunday comic called Hejji, or Hejji, but let's just say it's Hejji. Distributed by King's Features, Hejji follows the adventure of a traveler named Hejji. The very first strip shows the title character entering the land of Backo, where he sees things that would later show up in other Dr. Seuss works. He gets in trouble for picking a trumpet flower and has to face the Mighty One, the supreme ruler of Backo, who punishes Hejji by throwing him to the 7 deadly wombats. Boy, when they say don't pick the flowers, they really mean it. Hejji is able to escape the 7 deadly wombats and gets an apology from the Mighty One. You see, the Mighty One isn't the villain of the strip, nor is he a bad guy. He is just stressed out because he's been trying to woo the Fair One. Okay, time out. First the Mighty One, and now the Fair One? Does everybody in this land have one in their name? Wait, next thing you know, you would tell me that the main villain of this comic is called the Evil One, and... okay, never mind. The reason why the Fair One won't marry the Mighty One is because he can't blow smoke rings. Let me repeat that. The reason why the Fair One won't marry the Mighty One is because he can't blow smoke rings. I mean, is it not enough for this woman that he is the ruler of Backo? He has to do this stupid little trick that could get him cancer later in life. If you ask me, the Mighty One is better off looking for someone else. There's really not much else to say about the comic. The story seems to be about the Mighty One trying to woo the Fair One, and the goofy adventures him and Hejji go on. Honestly, Hejji doesn't seem like to be the greatest comic ever made. And it's a little hard to say that because there's really not a lot of examples of it out in the world. For you see, not only was it short run, but a lot of the comics have been lost to time. And I was only able to find these few examples here and there on the internet. And the artwork definitely fits Dr. Seuss's style, and I kind of like the goofiness to it, but I will admit that I think I would stick with his work for children. Hejji is at best an interesting novelty in the long career of Dr. Seuss, but his real genius is shown in his work for children. They are way more fascinating and creative than anything I could read in Hejji. We all love hearing the rhymes he was able to come up with, and for a lot of us, it was our introduction to poetry. He was also able to give deep messages in these stories without ever coming across as preachy. I never found anything like that in the few comics I could find of Hejji. That is not to say I don't wish there was a book collecting the few comics out there of Hejji, because I feel we should be able to enjoy all of his work, good or bad. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Hejji, Dr. Seuss's forgotten comic strip. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.